Thank you, Captain Bayless, for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our presiding officer, Brigadier General Scott Kane. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I think I'll start by just reflecting on where we are and who's with us today, because it's always pretty phenomenal to me to look around me in this venue and think about what it was that it took to get us to the point where we could fly those machines and fight like that, and the point where we are today. To have the people around us who do that, to have the people here with us who support the airmen and guardians that make this happen, and it really is spectacular to think through that journey. And particularly in this hall that has the Korean War focus, think about where we were on the heels of World War II and that technology. And in 2023, where we are, literally on the verge of fighting as human and machine teams. It really is spectacular. And that's where you're going to start this journey. So I want to, before I slide into too much more philosophy, get back to the task at hand and say it really is an honor to be here and thank some people. First of all, thanks to everybody who put this together. I mentioned the museum. Thanks for hosting us here again, because it gives me and all of us that chance to reflect on where we are and why we're here. I want to thank all the community leaders that are here with us. We can't do any of this without your partnership and your care for our people and our mission. I want to thank General Bogart's family. So Kim, Keeley, glad that you could join us today. For Kate, sorry you couldn't be here, but you're with us virtually. She ran into a little storm on the West Coast that you may have heard of, so she got set back by a couple of days, but she's with us virtually and definitely in spirit, as well as son Keegan. And we have John and Christina Gleason joining us virtually as well, Bob's in-laws. So I want to thank all of you that are here, those of you online, for making it possible for Bob to get here and to take on this enormous task. Same to all the AFMC, AFRL. We have some ACC guests that have joined us, our Surgeon General and former Surgeons General that are with us in person and virtually. Before I end my thanks, I want to make sure I give one crucial thanks to someone in the front row as well, and that's Ms. Joni Arnold. So Joni, I want to personally thank you for stepping up to lead this one-star wing. Not only has she done a remarkable job of it, not only has she held it steady, but continued to lead and push for technology that we need in the hands of our warfighters. You're the leader that immersed me in this wing, and I truly appreciate your leadership. And then finally, down to our guest of honor, and I want to welcome to the AFRL family the individual whose dedication, expertise has gained the respect of all those who've had the privilege of working alongside him, Brigadier General Bob Bogart. So General Bogart brings a wealth of experience to our team, and from his earliest days as a resident and a fellow, he displayed that he's dedicated to honing his expertise, to learning. And those commitments are especially valued for leading in today's rapidly evolving and dynamic modern world. He understands the intersection of human performance, medical science, and warfighting. That's a synergy that's undoubtedly going to shape our research and where we go to innovate as a team. And he's fresh off a tour as the ACC command surgeon, so the combination of medical and warfighting expertise really makes him the perfect leader to drive the fight with science and technology. His experience as the AFMC command surgeon, where I got to work with him first, offers him insight into the dynamics of the command and into the lab itself. So he understands how to work across, and that we're one AFRL and we're all in one fight. And then he's got experience in Defense Health Headquarters, and he led at the squadron and group levels as a commander and at the MAGCOM level multiple times. So he knows that human capital is really the foundation of our mission, and that our people are our advantage. So Bob, as you assume command of the 711th, I have no doubt that that journey that led you here is going to culminate in an exceptional confluence of knowledge, leadership, and results. You're really, like I said in the opening, poised at an unparalleled time to make unparalleled advancements for our research, and to do that in a time of international competition where we need your work. I'm excited for you most because you're leading an incredible workforce. And I want to highlight a few things that your team has recently done, so you have an idea of what you're getting into. So your Human Effectiveness Directorate is leading something called a Continuous Fitness Assessment Study for the Space Force. This is a 21st century approach to physical fitness using wearable technology and software. And 2/3 of our Space Force members, that's almost 6,000 Guardians, have enrolled as participants in this study. Our School of Aerospace Medicine team is leading a missile community cancer study, and this year-long study is getting national level attention, taking care of our airmen and investigating the possible association between cancer and missile combat crew members. The medical invention out of the 711th is getting demand by the Joint Force as well. A mobile medical documentation tool developed by the Human Effectiveness Directorate has been selected as the, I have to read this, Joint Integrated Electronic Health Record for point of injury and en route care. So the demand for demonstrations of this technology, the Battlefield Assisted Trauma Distributed Observation Kit, that's a mouthful, or BATDOC, has increased tenfold. Our CSTARS teams, they've established infectious disease air transport training. This is the only infectious disease transport training platform in the Department of Defense. And not to be truly intergovernmental, our human effectiveness team's helping NASA test equipment that's going to put Artemis and our astronauts back on the moon. The team's worked with NASA and industry partners to test new crew seats, new flight suits. They're going to be used in Orion for our future space missions. It's truly incredible, and the few examples I've given of this amazing team just scratch the surface of the body of work that they're accomplishing day in and day out. So Bob, this team that you're about to lead is also focused on the future of warfighting. They know that we're in a strategic competition, and great power competition is the name of the game. And that seeps through all of their thinking and all the projects that they're pursuing. So my challenge to you is to drive the fight. Continue driving the fight with this team, staying closely connected with the warfighters that you know. Work across domains and across directorates as we fight for advantage, because we're one AFRL in one fight. And care for your people. They're the real asymmetric advantage, and they'll simply do the rest. So I'm thrilled to have you on the team, and now it's time to put you in the lead of the 711th.
Thank you, General Kane. Brigadier General Bogart, please join Brigadier General Kane center stage. Today's Assumption of Command ceremony is deeply rooted in military history and dates back to the reign of Frederick the Great of Prussia. In that era, a ceremony was conducted in front of unit members so that all could see the appointment of their new commander. The modern-day ceremony is principally symbolic, yet it still announces to all the authority of the incoming commander in its finest military tradition. Our flag bearer today is Senior Master Sergeant Michael Booth, Senior Enlisted Advisor, 711th Human Effectiveness Directorate. Please stand for the Assumption of Command ceremony. Attention to orders. Under the provisions of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and Order Number G-23-18, effective 21 August 2023, Brigadier General Robert K. Bogart is appointed the Commander, 711th Human Performance Wing, Air Force Research Laboratory, Air Force Material Command, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. Thank you, General Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The United States Air Force is proud to introduce the commander of the 711th Human Performance Wing, Brigadier General Robert Bogart.
First of all, General Kane, thank you so much. The opportunity to command is the largest honor there can be. Thank you for the confidence. Also, thank you to senior leaders who believed in me and coordinated the timing as well as the length of the gap between ACC, command surgeon, and taking command of the 711th. So a huge thank you to General Kelly, General Richardson, Lieutenant General Mack, Lieutenant General Schaefer, and Lieutenant General Miller. There are a number of distinguished visitors, both here physically and virtually, attending this ceremony. Thank you, Mrs. Kane. But also, I have not met him before, but I was told Dr. Wells is also here, the very first commander of our 711th Human Performance Wing. So thank you for being here. It's an honor to have the opportunity to follow in your footsteps. We have a number of community support here, both mayors as well as congressional office representatives. As General Kane said, we cannot do our mission without your support. So thank you for the support of the community as well as nationally the support for the state of Ohio. Huge thanks to the current Air Force Surgeons General, Lieutenant General Miller, prior Air Force Surgeons Generals, General Edgar, General Rodebush, current Deputy Surgeons General, Major General DeGose, as well as Chief Labrador, thank you for being here. And also to all the general officers, both physically here, virtually attending, the directors, AFRL members, 711th senior leadership, and all the 711th members attending both virtually and in person. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity to lead the 711th Human Performance Wing. I do owe the success of my career to the support of my wife, Kim. We've been married for 34 years and have 3 amazing children, Kate, Keely, and Keegan. Kate, as you heard, is attending virtually. You may have seen the news. There was a slight tropical storm/hurricane that hit California. She's in San Diego and she wasn't able to fly out. Keegan isn't here because today is literally the first day of his last semester of college, and that takes precedence. Keely is here, and we worked her very hard. We drove here on Sunday, received our household goods on Monday, and I'm happy to say that every box is unpacked, every wall has a picture on it, every bit of furniture is out, and everything is organized. Thank you, Keely. We did work too, but she really helped a lot. Kim, thank you for the incredible support, and kids, thank you for being awesome. Years ago, my wife agreed for me to sign up for a short 3-year Air Force commitment, and now 26 years later, we are still having fun. We enjoy meeting new people at each and every one of our assignments. And through my various roles as group commander and on command surgeon staff at AMC, AFMC, ACC, I have been the beneficiary of a lot that the 711th already does, and does very well. This is my 4th time back to Wright-Patterson. I started my career here as a dental resident in 1997, and I am thrilled to finally be part of AFRL, so thank you, sir. My goal is to ensure the continued success of the 711th supporting both the Air Force and the Space Force. And the way that happens is the people, the human capital that General Kane referred to. The 711th is filled with talented and passionate airmen. They're discovering, developing, and delivering integrative human performance knowledge, technology, and solutions. And I am very proud to be joining this talented team of active duty, civilians, contractors, whose focus is readiness. You are ensuring airmen and guardians are ready to execute their missions today and tomorrow, and that medics are prepared to execute incredible patient care in highly complex and unpredictable situations and environments, whether on land or in the air. And my goal is to make sure that together we realize the 711's vision of operating as one team, one fully engaged team, one wing, and reliably delivering relevant human performance solutions at the speed of need to achieve air and space dominance. I respect very much what General Andrus and Dr. Joni Arnold and the 711th leadership team developed as a strategic plan, and I will continue to implement that. All existing policies will remain in effect. Dr. Arnold, Joni, thank you for leading the 711th. You're not going anywhere. It's just, I look forward now to partnering with you, and you know the lay of the land. You've done a fantastic job, and I look forward to working with you. I also look forward to working with Colonel Woodard, Mr. Coleman, and your incredible organizations. Starting tomorrow, I'll begin doing immersions. I am excited about learning more about both organizations, and really what excites me is getting around to see people, to see where people work, to see what they're doing, both here at Wright-Patt and across our other globally dispersed operating locations. To my best friend, partner, and spouse, Kim, we are beginning another learning adventure and the opportunity to get to meet more great people. To General Kane, I am here to support your mission. I want to thank all the folks that put this ceremony together. Fantastic job by the color guard, the band, incredible. Years ago, I played euphonium and trombone, but never played with a skill. So nothing against woodwind, but go brass. Also, for all the other people that put this together, Karen and your team, thank you so much. The venue is incredible. General Kane already mentioned the history that this facility represents. And remember all the people, all of the hours and years of dedication that created the airframes and the people that pilot them and use them to change the fate of the world and create the nation that we live in now. So to the members of the Human Performance Wing, my job, again, is to support you and to work through resourcing challenges, which you never have, right? In the end, I just want to say 3 words: let's get started. Thank you.
Thank you, General Bogart. The 711 Human Performance Wing extends a warm welcome to Brigadier General Bogart. We look forward to working with you and serving under your command. Please stand and join us in singing the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party. As a reminder, please join General Kane in congratulating General Bogart in a receiving line at the back of the ceremony area. The new commander's reception will follow in the building 840 atrium. Thank you all for attending.